Hello and welcome back to your mat. My name is Amy. Welcome. I'm here on this beautiful lake today on a nice, gorgeous, sunny spring day. So today we're going to do just a short class, about 15 minutes or so. We're going to hit all the major body parts throughout this class today. You won't need any props. If you do find that you like having blocks to bring the floor up to you, go ahead and grab those or anything that you normally like to use for your yoga class. But otherwise, nothing really is required today. So we'll just start with a quote. And that quote is by BKS Iyengar. Yoga is the golden key that unlocks the door to peace, tranquility, and joy. And I could not agree with that statement more because it's definitely helped my life a lot. So let's go ahead and get started and jump right into it. Let's go ahead and stand up on our mats. Come into Tadasana, mountain pose, and you'll have your feet about hip distance apart. And we're just going to start simple, stretching the arms up overhead. Inhaling on the as we raise our arms up. Inhale, raise the arms up overhead. Stretch, reach, and exhale, bring them back down to your sides. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. And exhale, bring them back down. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, stretch. And exhale, bring your arms back down. Inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, arms back down. Once more. Inhale, really stretch and reach up. And exhale, arms back down to your sides. All right, from here we're going to go step into a warrior two stance. So go ahead and bring your right leg out and bend that leg. And your left leg will be back. So you're going for your heel to arch alignment. So that you could draw a line that would intersect. And from here, you're going to go ahead and bring your arms out to the sides. So we're going to inhale. And we're going to bring that left arm down our left leg and our right arm up overhead, really stretching the side body. Stay for the exhale. We'll come back, inhale, back to warrior two pose. Arms stretched out long, away from your body, shoulders down, not hunched up. And now exhale and bring that right elbow down to your right knee or your top of your thigh. And the left arm will come up overhead. Stretching and reaching. Stretching long, long, long. And exhale here. And inhale, come back up to warrior two. So we're going to flow between those three poses for a few. So on the inhale, reverse your warrior. Bring that left arm down the left leg. Right arm up overhead. Exhale, back into warrior two. Arms stretched out. And inhale. Come forward into your side angle pose, stretching that left arm up overhead. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, back to your reverse. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale and come forward into your side angle pose, extended side angle. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, back to warrior two. And exhale into your extended side angle pose. And then inhale, come all the way back up and go ahead and straighten that right leg. If you're like me, you're feeling in that right leg. From here, we're going to go to triangle pose. So go ahead and straighten your front leg and shorten your stance a bit. I find it helps a lot in triangle pose. If you'd like to grab a block, go ahead and grab a block, or you can just use your shin if you don't have any props nearby. And from here, just stretch that right arm out, and we're just going to tilt forward and come into triangle. So go ahead and your right hand can go either on your shin, can go on the floor, ground, wherever you want it to be. And the left arm will stretch straight toward the sky. You can either look up toward that hand, or if your neck is sensitive, you can look down at the ground. Or in my case, I have sunshine getting me, so if I'm looking up, I'm going to be blasted. I'm not complaining. Breathe here. Remember not to lock out that right knee. Both your legs are straight for triangle. And inhale, come all the way back up. And from here, we're just going to switch to the other side. So go ahead and turn your leg the other way. So now your left leg will be bent deeply for warrior two. And your right leg will be the one that's straight back behind you. We're going to inhale here into warrior two. And now exhale, bring that right arm down your right leg and your left arm up overhead and really stretch that nice and long in that side body. Inhale, back to warrior two. And now we're going to exhale and we're going to come into side angle pose. So bring your left elbow down to your knee and the right arm up overhead. Stretching long from your right hand fingers all the way down to your right foot. And now we're going to inhale and come back up to warrior two. So we're just going to go between those poses. So inhale here. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale. And now exhale one last time for your side angle pose. And now inhale and come all the way back up to standing. And from here, go ahead and straighten that front leg. And now bring your back leg in a little bit, shorten that stance. From here, left arm out. And now tilt forward, coming forward. Remember not to lock out that knee. Come into your triangle pose. So your right arm will be up overhead. You can either look up at that hand, or again, to save your neck a little bit, you can look down at the ground. Keeping both legs straight, but not locking out the knee. That's important. Breathing here a couple of rounds of breath at your own pace. And inhale and come all the way back up. Okay, from here we're going to come into chair pose. So this one, you can either have your feet either close together or you can have them further apart. You decide what is best for you on this one. So from here, I'm going to have mine about hip distance apart, and I'll face you initially, but I'll also turn sideways here for you can see that too. So stand up nice and tall, and from here, I'm going to actually turn sideways for you on this one. Inhale, and then from here, go ahead and bend the knees and sink back as if you're sitting into an imaginary chair. Now, to make this a little easier, you can just leave your hands on your upper thighs, or if you want to have a little more of a challenge, you can bring those arms up alongside your ears. Sinking back into those heels, sitting deeply into that imaginary chair. And I know I'm feeling it here too. I wish I had a chair to actually sit in right now. Breathing here. Breathing, breathing, breathing. That's important. And come to stand all the way up. Okay, we're not quite done with chair. So from here, I'm going to turn to the side so you can, or toward the front so you can see this. So go ahead and stay in your chair pose, or your feet hip distance apart or together, whatever's best for you. From here, you're going to inhale, sink back into that chair again. And now we're going to twist to the right. So you can either just bring your left hand down to your right knee and just twist your body over to the right. The key here is to make sure that your leg doesn't go back. You want to have your hips in line and square toward the front. So you can twist this way, or if you want to go a little deeper, you can sink deeper into that chair and bring your left elbow to your right knee and come forward into a nice twisted chair pose, keeping the knees pointed forward. So either one is fine. Breathing here. And exhale, go ahead and fold forward into a nice forward fold here. Just let it go, dangle there. Knees deeply bent. And now inhale and come all the way back up to stand. Okay, and from here, shake that out a minute before we do the other side. So go ahead and sink back into your chair again. And from here, we're going to twist to the left. So I'll show the modification on this one. You can either do your right elbow to your left knee, or you can just bring your right hand to your left knee elbow. Right hand to your left knee, and then twist your body to the left. Again, keeping these knees and everything pointed this way, so you're just twisting your spine. Breathing here, feeling that burn in those legs. And exhale and fold forward and let all that go. Shake it out. And now you can inhale and come all the way back up. Great. All right. Shake all of that out for a moment. And from here, we're going to come, actually, excuse me, I forgot a pose. We're going to go back into tree pose first. Got ahead of myself. So we're going to do a little balancing pose here. So go ahead and get steady and go ahead and balance on your left leg. And then turn your right leg out, and you can either bring your ankle to your to the lower part of your foot, to your calf, or if you feel steady and ready, find a steady gaze, a point to look at, bring it up to your upper thigh, never on your knee, and come into tree pose with your hands in prayer position, breathing here, find that steady gaze. If you've got the steady gaze, you can bring your arms up overhead, breathing here like a tree, and if you sway, it's okay. If you fall out, just come back into it. Remember, trees do sway in the breeze, so it's okay. So find that steady gaze and breathe here. And exhale and let that go. Shake that all out. All right, next we'll do the other side. So go ahead and balance on your right leg, and I'll show the modification with the foot on the calf area. So again, you can put it either lower on the calf or higher up on the thigh. You decide what's best for you. Find that steady gaze, hands in prayer. You can keep your hands in prayer if that is where you're best balanced and you get your gaze is good there. Or if you feel steady, you can bring your arms up overhead. Remember, if you sway, it's okay. Trees sway in the breeze. Find a steady point. I actually look at a nice, beautiful tree right now. Breathing here. If you fall out, just come back into it. It's all part of the practice of yoga. It is a practice. And exhale and release that. Shake that all out. Now let's come onto all fours. Got ahead of myself. All right. From all fours, you have some options here. We're going to do a little bit of plank work. So you can either come into full plank. So hands will be underneath of your wrists will be underneath of your shoulders. And go ahead and bring your knees off the ground. If you would prefer, you can have your knees down on the ground, or you could go for forearm plank. So that is coming down on your forearms and then raising those knees off the ground. And we're just going to hold here for a few breaths. So pick your variation, okay? Pick what's going to work for you. Full plank, knees down plank, or forearm plank. We're going to hold for about 15, 20 seconds. All right, knees up. Make sure your back is nice and steady and strong and straight. Breathing here. Working that core. We're getting really some good strength built up in the core. And go ahead and lower those knees down and come all the way down your stomach. Plank is a great for your arms, your core, everything, and your back. All right, from here we're going to stretch out that stomach by doing a nice cobra. So go ahead and plant your hands next to your chest and come up any amount into your version of cobra that feels good for you. So come up out of your hips, stretching forward. Really stretch that stomach out. And from here we're going to just stretch back into a quick downward dog. Letting all of that go. Just go ahead and pedal out the legs. And then from here, you're just going to bring that right foot forward into pigeon. So we're just going to stretch that out, all that we've done today. So go ahead and stretch that left leg out long behind you. Your right knee is up toward the right-hand corner of your mat. Your right foot is towards your left hip. If this does not work for you, you can always come into figure four on your back, where you just bring your right ankle onto your left knee and just pull your legs through. So whatever works best for you, that's a great one to do also if this does not work for your needs. I personally love pigeon. It's one of my favorite poses ever. So this one works for me. But if it doesn't work for you, go with the variation. Go ahead and stretch up long. And when you feel ready, come on forward, down on your forearms. We're going to want that work go that we did. Again, you don't have to feel guilty for not, you got on your mat today. 15 minutes is a great practice. You can still hit a lot of body parts in that amount of time. You don't have to work out for an hour. Your body will thank you. Your cells will be happier. So just breathe here and let all that go. And we'll go ahead and inhale. And you can always stay in these poses longer too. So if you do want a longer practice, you can always just pause. Go ahead and stretch back in a quick down dog just to stretch out and let that go from that side. And then we'll go ahead and inhale and bring that left foot forward. Right knee leg is back, or if you're on, you can just do the other side if you're doing that figure four on your back. Left knee is up toward the left corner, and your right foot is towards your right hip. So go ahead and come out tall, standing up, sitting up tall. And then exhale and come forward onto your forearms when you feel ready. And breathing here. And letting all of that go, all that work you've done. So again, congratulate yourself for taking this time. Breathing here. Just settling into the hips, letting all that go. And we'll plant our hands and just go back into one more down dog just to release that side too. From here, you have a couple of options. I'm going to leave you here today because I want to keep this class at about 15 minutes. So you have the option at this point, if you want to lay back into Shavasana, go ahead and stretch out long on your mat. Stay in Shavasana as long as you want, a couple minutes, 5 minutes, take a nap, whatever. Or if you'd like, you come up to a seated meditation, or you can totally skip that if you'd like to. There's no shame. So I hope that you really enjoyed this class. Thank you for joining me. And I should tell you I am at Salamone Lake. So we're about 25 minutes or so, 20 minutes east of Wabash, Indiana. So it's a beautiful, beautiful lake, about 2,500 acre lake. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time. Namaste.